Hello, welcome along, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench, and it is Friday the 21st of February 2025, and this has literally just arrived. It's still cold and damp, and as you can see, it's got Verifier written on the box, and this is a brand new kit from Verifier as per the title of the video, but it's not what you think. Okay, you're sat there thinking, blimey, that box is a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be, because you're thinking it's Takao. And it's not Taiho, the aircraft carrier, Takao, the destroyer, which is on its way, I believe. This is another kit, and it's not even actually marketed under the Verifier label, even though you can see Verifier, VerifierHobby.com, Verifier model at VAP.163. This is a brand new kit from a company I've certainly never heard of. And I do know that it's brand new because I saw it come up on Scalemates, and it looks like it's absolutely and utterly brand new. Now, I haven't opened it. I removed all the tape and everything from the box so that because it was all covered in address labels and barcodes and God knows what. I've tracked this and followed it all around the world, and it literally sort of hung around and hung around and hung around, and then bang, there it was. So, it's come in this lovely box, come in a nice bubble wrapping. We've got this foam over the front, and this is USS Smith DD7, and this is one of the very, very early destroyers for the US Navy. Now, this is made by a company called DaLiGeJian. Okay, you can see the make there. DaLiGeJian. And they are, from what I can gather, I've spoken to Verifier, and from what I can gather, they are very much like your Trumpeter Hobby Boss. They are a wing of the same company. It could be that they're the main company and Verifier are the wing, I don't know. But this is a 1/350th scale little destroyer. Now this little thing is a very small ship, I think. I haven't opened the box, I haven't looked inside. I have been sent images and instructions and that, and I can tell you what's inside this box is pretty bloody impressive. But basically, USS Smith, she was built before the First World War, and then once she was all readied and finished and everything, she was parked up, and then as soon as the First World War kicked off she went, and she went out escorting convoys and helping out and stuff. And if you look up online, she's got quite a little bit of history around her, so quite an interesting little ship actually, and very, very funny looking little thing. You can see massive portholes. You can see the portholes must be sort of 2 feet in diameter if this is all to scale, this painting. But yeah, it's a very, very lovely image. So as you can see, USS Smith DD17, scale is 1/350th, so it's going to go along with all your other models. And then going around the side of the box, we can see here it's 256 millimeters long and it's 24 millimeters wide, and they've shown that with an image of origami. That's interesting. And then we've got CAD images here, which are no use whatsoever, but they do give you an idea of what the model looks like. But I always prefer pictures of the real thing. I say that about all manufacturers, so I have to say the same about this one. This was sent to me free of charge, by the way, so it is kind of sponsored by Verifier, but it will not change my opinion. So the item number is CY101, so no doubt there'll be more to come. And then look around the other side of the box here. Keep this bag away from babies and children, danger of suffocation. And you got Yongzhou 2009 Taobao.com. So I don't know if you want to look up that email address. Made in China, not a toy, suitable for 14 years and over. And very much like older kits, we've got all the call outs on the back. So you can see we have our plastic sprues, we have our 3D printed parts, we have all our metal turned brass parts, and we have a decal sheet, a masking sheet, some PE, metal torpedoes, and some metal stand, and our instructions. All that is in this box, and it's absolutely incredible because, you know, we go out and we buy a ship kit. Say we go and buy a Tamiya Yukikaze, and you've got a couple of sprues in there, and then you want to get some 3D to sort of tart it up a bit, so you go and buy some 3D, and you want metal barrels for the guns, so you go and buy your metal barrels, and you want some PE, so you go and buy some PE, and before you know it, you've spent £120 on your model and you end up with this ship about this big. Whereas in here, it is all there. So it's a lovely, very nice quality box. That really does ooze quality. It's very thick cardboard. As you can see, it's got squared off edges and stuff. So really, really nice. So there's the actual box art and the kit itself. So in here we've got instructions, and we've got kits that are obviously coming. So we've got a dry dock there. We'll have a look at that in a minute. We'll have a look at the kit first, and then we'll have a look at that afterwards. I've got a feeling this is probably all very fire. And then here we've got the instruction manual, which is a very neat and tidy little thing. We'll have a look at that in a second. And then we've got our 3D printed parts, and they're all protected in their frames. All nice. It looks like everything is escaped. Because it's so beautifully packaged, everything is got here undamaged by the look of it. We've got a plastic sprue there, so we've got our main hull, all our plating detail on there, perhaps a little heavy but very nice nonetheless. And we've got riveting detail on there as well by the look of it. We've got a little box of metal turn parts. We've got some more plastic parts here. Very nice indeed. All very clean, all very sharp and flash free by the look of it. I can't see any sink marks on any parts. And I can't see any dafty ejector pin marks either, so that's good. And then here we've got Chinese model ship. And here we've got a little tiny decal sheet. We've got our metal stand there. You can see it's got some rivet detail on it. And we've got our photo etch parts there. And then in behind you can see the yellow masks. So very, very nice indeed. And very, very complete. So there we go. Right, so we'll put that to one side and we'll have a look at the instructions. Alright, so we have this tiny little instruction manual, which is going to be very handy to have on the bench while you're working. It's got a slight sheen to it, the paper, so I've had to turn the light off so you can see, but now I can't see. So if you see my head in the camera, I'm sorry, it's because I've got to look forward. So here we've got a lovely picture as of the box art. And then here we've got, please prepare the following tools by yourself. So don't have anybody else help you, do it by yourself. And then we've got an icon definition here. So very, very nice. Opposite side is different, same on opposite side, duplicate parts. I do like, with Very Far, I do like their instructions, like the way they show you how to fold the brass and everything. I'm currently building a Riffield model kit, and the instructions for the brass are just awful. They don't even say bend. It's just, there's just a tiny image of a brass part and it's got loads of bends in it, and you just got to guess how it goes. Whereas with these, they do tell you very much nicely how to bend your parts and everything. So there's a symbol for diameter drilled hole, and then you've got your other bits and pieces there. So coming over the page, we've got reference of the ship's livery. So this is going to be your colour call-outs, basically. I'm not sure if there's going to be any paint call-outs or anything. We shall see. And these look like your very own miniature version of a 3D Stefan Draminsky book, don't they? So very, very nice indeed. So here we've got our sprue call-outs. You can see all the numbers there are labelled in blue. I'm guessing they're numbered on the sprue, are they? Let's have a quick look. Yes, they are. Parts are numbered on the sprue, so that's good. So it's not a case of having to find your find the relevant part. And then here we've got the 3D parts laid out in their little nests, so you can see which is which. That's very, very clear. You're going to be referring back to that a lot. Maybe photograph that or photocopy it and have it on the side. And then here you go, all your turn brass parts. It's like having a full-size bloody Pontos set, isn't it, really? It's all there. And then here we've got the PE and the masking sheet. Quite why we got a masking sheet, I do not know, but hopefully it will tell us, so there's a reason for it. The pictures are for reference only. Please refer to the actual product. So that's the built model there, by the look of it, with nothing painted or anything, so you can see the brass and the 3D. They've depicted the 3D as pink, as they normally do, and then your brass photo and brass parts and turn parts and photo etch parts will all be shown in brass colour. So we're going straight into the build with our guns. So we've got a big gun there, and then we've got a torpedo tube there. So it's got torpedo tubes midships. So you can see there we've got our 3D printed gun, we've got the turned metal barrels. I'm guessing that's saying we've got to make 5 of them. Let's go back to the legend. Doesn't say, but it's got here W1 star 5, and then it's got W2 star 3, W3 star 5. I'm sure we'll work it out. So there's that gun. I'm assuming there's maybe 1 or 2 of those, because there's one on the bow and there may be one on the stern, but I can't see there being 5. But we shall see. And then we've got the bridge, and you can see all the interior detail there going in the bridge. Be nice to put some little windows in there, wouldn't it, if it does actually have windows. You can see there's the bridge there up on the top there. So that's very nice, and it looks like the actual bridge is 3D printed, is it? It's looking like it, isn't it? Yes, there it is there. So the bridge is 3D printed, and there's that superstructure behind. That's all 3D printed as well. See all the lovely raised rivets. And then here we've got our brass parts. So we've got the bits and pieces going in here on the deck. We've got more bits and pieces there. We've got our masts, because we've got the brass mast. That's how you build them up. And then we're going to add PE to them. And then here we've got the ship's hull. You can see they've shown us as separate parts. So we're adding stiffeners inside. Okay. And then we've got this piece of superstructure going on the top, and then we've got a brass floor going in there by the look of it. And then here we've got the protectors for the screws, so when they go to dock they don't slam the screws into the dock wall. And then here we've got PE railings showing where they all go. So it's looking very much like, rather than taking you step by step, it's very much like a Pontos. They're just showing you where everything goes, and it's up to you how you build it. You can see we've got a lot of rigging showing there as well, which is very nice. And we've got rigging showing there as well. And then here we've got the, this is the forecastle. So we've got anchors. I mean, all of that there is photo etch, 3D printed resin, and turned brass. All of it. How impressive is that? Oh, and metal chain as well. Same here. Yes, there are 5 of those guns. Well, at least 4 anyway. So there's 2 there. Very nice. And then we've got our torpedo tubes there. We've got lifeboats there. We've got those 2 guns there. We've got open hatches, open vents, and there's another 2 of those guns. So that star probably does mean 5 then. And then here we've got the rear end steering gear. So that's for docking. Okay. And we've got to now find a piece of 3mm diameter brass rod, 4mm long. I guess you could use plastic rod. You've got to add that yourself. And then we've got some PE here, and I'm guessing this, it's a PE chain. It's not a chain, it's a PE chain. So there we are, and all that there is 3D printed and PE. And then we've got our funnels. So we've got 4 funnels, A, B, C, D, and we're going to add all the PE to them, and we've got all the air vents going up the outside, and we've got some 3D printed parts at the bottom there. So that's very nice. And as I say, it looks to me like the instructions are very much like Pontos. It's like this is not how you build the model, this is where everything goes. So it's one of those you're going to have to sit down and really familiarise yourself, perhaps make some notes on your build sequence. And also I've just noticed on here something I didn't notice before. We have a brilliant rigging diagram there. So very good. Do we also have rigging in here? Yes, we do. And we have all the rigging on there. So we should be able to work it out. If you want to rig the model fully, then you will be able to. Okay, so that's that. Let's have a look at some parts. I can't believe that quality of the box. It's just incredible. It's so nice. You could almost wrap it in something and use it as a gift box to give somebody something, because it's so thick. And with all its squared edges, you can see on the white bit here, it's got these squared over edges as well. It's very nice indeed. So let's zoom back out. Okay, and we'll get the light on there because we're looking at some parts. So we'll have a look at some plastic first. Now you'll be pleased to know, I think I'm going to build this because it looks to be a very fun little build, and it's going to be a good bit of practice for all the working with the 3D printed parts and everything. So here you can see we have our main hull. Wow, something I've just noticed I've never seen on a ship kit before. We have the main hull, all beautifully moulded, and we've got this whole plating. I thought we had rivet detail on it, but we don't. You can see on there the whole plating, and you've got all the vertical and the horizontal lines, and nothing fades out. It's really, really nice. And then we've got the plating detail on the deck as well. It's very, very nice. It's a fairly small model. How long is it? It's it did tell us on the front of the instructions, didn't it? It's 250, so 260 mil long, so roughly 10 inches. So it's about the same size as a Japanese World War II destroyer, isn't it? Maybe slightly smaller, but nonetheless, all very, very nice. You've got these massive portholes, scuttles, whatever you want to call them. But something I have noticed, which I've never seen on a ship kit before, we actually have the correct camber on the deck. Would you look at that? I've never seen that on a ship kit before. It's something they never ever do, but we do have the camber. And we also have the camber, you can see there, we have the camber on the forecastle as well. Very, very nice indeed. Wow. I've never, I don't have many ship kits. I'm not really much of a ship modeler, but I've certainly never seen it before. So there's our main sprue, and then we've got the second sprue here, which is very nice. So here we have our bilge keels there, which are really slender, very nicely done. We've got prop shafts there. Funnels are in halves, so we'll have to glue those together. We've got our ship's boats or lifeboats, whatever you want to call them. There's your prop shaft supports. Got the propellers there. Not sure what they are there, but they've got the sprue gate on the front face, which is nice because then you can just cut them off, sand them away, and you end up with a nice sharp rim. They're almost like trumpets on carburetors on an intake. Not quite sure what they are. It's these here I'm referring to. But yeah, many small parts there. Very, very slender. Tiny little rudder there, look. It's lovely, isn't it? Gorgeous little thing. I keep thinking it's Japanese for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, and then we'll have a look at these 3D printed parts. So we'll get this cut open. There we go. Get this bag open. You can see in here we've got 2 or 3 blocks of 3D printed parts. So I think these are just parts of the supports. We'll put them to one side anyway. So here we have 3 lots of 3D printed parts. So you can see we've got all sorts of bits and pieces. I haven't got a clue what they are. We can see that they are absolutely stunning. I'm not sure what that is. Some like white deposits on there. I'm not sure if it's part of the. It just wipes off, so I don't know what it is. Probably give it a swill in some IPA or something. It's probably remnants from the washing process because they have to wash the excess resin off. But yeah, you can see that these are like hydraulic units or something with a pipe coming down the side, is it? You can see we've got some vent tubes there on the inside with the vent in the top. And then these little tiny greeblies down the bottom, whatever they may be. And then here we've got lots of hatch detail. We've got some lights with the grills on. Very nice indeed. Is that our main gun? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that our main guns there? I think it might be. Then we've got some more little vents and stuff. hold it up there and move it around and you can see it and you can make your own mind up what it is you're looking at. But for a 1/350th kit, all this in one box is bloody great. It will be available from Tiger Hobbies as soon as he gets his order in. As I say, this is a brand new kit, so his order hasn't come in yet. Something has got broken here. Look, there's a torpedo tube on the loose, but it's not damaged. That's what they are. They're torpedo tubes. Okay. So I'm missing 3. Or am I? No, I'm not. I'm missing 1. I thought that was the frets for another 2, so I'm not missing anything at all. Right, and then here we've got, that looks like Patriot missile launchers. You'll excuse me for saying. I don't think they had those in 1912. And then here we've got our little structure, superstructure, the box. All the rivet detail on there, you can see. There's the bridge. Life rafts on the back of the bridge there, look. And then more superstructure with the skylights in it there. So yeah, a lot of the fine detail is done for you. You just take it off of here and glue it on. Job done. So that's very nice indeed. But I can feel it's a bit sticky. It needs a bit of another clean. So that'll just get washed in IPA and then sat in the sunlight if we ever get any sunlight. You put it in the sunlight, the UV light will actually help to cure it, and it also helps to dry up the excess that's on there. So this has got some sellotape on it, so we'll get the sellotape off so that I can open it. There's that bit off of there, and then I can just get under here and get this out. Come on. So hopefully now I can open it. I love this packaging. This is great. Everything's protected in frames and boxes and stuff. So here we have some metal parts. What I would suggest when you get one of these guys, go right through all these parts and check them off and make sure you've got everything that should be in there. You can see here we've got turn brass parts, so that looks like barrels for guns in there. And then we got some miniature little parts here, absolutely tiny. G7 times 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, there's 5 of those. G6 times 28. No, I'm not going to count them, but it looks like they've made them and they're designed to be broken off of each other. So very Pontos-esque. G11 times 6. You can see this model, once built, is going to be a very, very gorgeous little masterpiece with very, very fine bits and pieces. G8 times 10. This is another tiny little shaft of some description. And then here we've got some bollards by the look of it. Some more bollards, round bits anyway. Generally they call them bits, don't they, in Pontos lingo. And then here we've got G1 times 1, G2 times 1, G3 times 1. I can only see, as there are 3 parts. There's some absolutely tiny parts in there. And then there we've got those 2 mast parts. So there we go. So as I say, when you get one of these, go through and literally check everything piece by piece. Make sure you've got everything, because if you stick it in the stash, you know, you can't expect to come back 2 years later and ask somebody to sort out a problem for you. Particularly if the kit's then been discontinued. So I know that the customer service at Verifier is awesome. I've had a couple of little dealings with Verifier with the customer services, and it's been fantastic every time. Really good. So that's our turn part. So let's have a look finally at the these parts here, so we need to get this open. So I'm going to unstaple it. Let me grab an old pair of Tamiya cutters, get into the staples just like so, bend those out, and then we can seal it back up again. I don't know why. I'm not going to sell it. I'd never sell anything that's been given to me. But it'd just be nice to have it resealable, wouldn't it? So there's our backing coming out of there. It's beautifully packaged, this model. Everything's really nicely done. Very thoughtfully done. I would imagine the person who's designed all this packaging is probably a modeler themselves. So here we have our decals with our sheet on there. So what we'll do, we'll get so there you go. We've got still and flowing flags. So we've got the US one there and the United States flag there. And then you've got I can't remember the name of the company, DaLiGeJian model. DaLiGeJian model logo there. So it's very nice. Stainless steel or nickel steel, whatever it is. It's got a bit of a dent on it there, but that'll be easy to straighten out. And as you can see, it's got all that rivet detail in there. So you're going to fold that up and it's going to look like a lovely little stand. Very nice. And then we have photo etch parts. We have all our railings, all very, very finely done. And then lots of steps and greeblies and bits and pieces. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. I'll set the cat amongst the pigeons. That'll get your eyesight working properly, won't it? So I can't believe there's people who do 700 stuff like this. And then here we have the masks. Now I'm not quite sure why we have masks. I guess it's so you can paint the deck and then mask it and then paint the rest of the ship. I really don't know. But we have them anyway, and they are laser cut. So you can see the burning on there. So yeah, very nice indeed. That photo etch is, you see some of the parts on here are absolutely tiny, as they normally are with ship kits because of the tiny scale. That's not the bag for those, is it? This is the bag for these. So yeah, very, very nice, impressive little kit. And I've been waiting for this for ages. I couldn't wait to see it. I was told about it coming probably around about the beginning of the month, and it wasn't quite available. And then as soon as it became available, it was sent. So thank you very much, Suaya, for that. But yeah, what a beautiful little model that is. As I say, the hull detail is gorgeous, rather than just having a flat plastic hull, and it's very, very sharp. You've got the little eyebrows over the portholes as well on there, you can see. So yeah, that given a little wash and everything. Colours, I don't think there are any colour callouts. Just got these images. So I mean, the thing is though, when we do get colour callouts, we will say they're wrong. So you know, basically it's going to be, I think they were slightly darker, weren't they, in the early days? I think they were darker than the modern ship or the later ships of World War II. But do some research, find out what colour the ships were on this day, and I'm sure it'll be easy for you to do. But you've basically got, I mean, you probably won't go far wrong with LP12, which is Kyorei grey for the Japanese, and then LP18 for the bottom, the red brown. And yes, I know this isn't a Japanese ship, but I've got a feeling they were darker in this day than because like the later aircraft, like before they went for the blue schemes, they were a very, very light grey colour, weren't they? I think they were a lot darker in those days. So anyway, there we go. So that has been a review of the DaLiGeJian model USS Smith DD-17 in 1/350th scale Item number is CY101. It's currently available on eBay. If you put in USS Smith 1350th, it will come up on eBay and you can buy it from China. Or if you'd rather wait and get it from the UK, Gary over at Tiger Hobbies will have them coming in as soon as his next shipment arrives. So they missed the boat this time because he's got a boat coming in a end of this week, I think, which I'm really looking forward to because there's some stuff on there for me. We were also going to have a look at this, weren't we? I think this is probably Berry Fire. They've got CY and CYG numbers. So I'm assuming this is just aftermarket sets here rather than complete kits. But let me have a quick look. Right then, guys, so looking on here, we've got some pretty exciting stuff coming. Remember, this is CY101. So that would appear that it's like, you know, their first kit under this name. But we've got, there's a 350th scale, something or other there. There's Chung Kings, and probably that's a Chinese ship, in 200 scale. We've got a dry dock here in 350th. A German Zerstörer in 1/200th, so that's nice. We've got a Tribal class destroyer in 200th. There's a, I don't know what that is, that there. That's in 50th scale. We've got a 200 scale, I'm not sure if that's a Fletcher or what it is. We've got a 200 scale, don't know what that is. We've got Aurora in 1/200 scale, a Seydlitz 200 scale, USS Smith, that's this model, in 100 scale, so that's going to be quite a decent sized model. And then we've got a Mogami in 1/200th, so that's good. A lot of people are going to like that one. DKM Preußen in 1/2000th scale. Now, whether that's a misprint is going to be 200th, I don't know, but it's funny that there's a lot around it in 200th. And then we've got USS Smith 350th scale, so that's this one. Material ABS. And then we've got here Super Yamato, forthcoming, length 85 centimeters. We've got a 1/200 scale Hiryu aircraft carrier, so that'll be nice. Can we have an Akagi, please? And then here we've got USS Arizona in 1/200 scale. Now, all of this down here is just like health and safety stuff, so I'm not sure exactly what they're saying here. But the fact that these models are shown as basically grey plastic with wooden decks and resin and PE, and these are shown as finished. I wonder if these are finished sort of built models, I'm not sure. And then coming over the page here, we've got USS Smith in 200 scale, we've got HMS Maria, German V-170 destroyer, we've got a B-65 Super Type A cruiser, heavy cruiser Hindenburg, we've got a B-65 Type A cruiser in 1/200 scale there, Prince Eugen in 200 scale, 350th scale Venezia, 350th scale H-42, whatever that may be. And then here again we've got 350 Kaiser, a Nassau class in 1/200, so that's a Dreadnought. And then here we've got the Umikaze class destroyer in 200th. We've got a Scout cruiser in 350th, HMS Vanguard in 350th, which I know a lot of you will like. And then here we've got a CAB large cruiser, and that's in 350th as well. So there we go. As I say, I can't make out if it's aftermarket, if it's completed models, if it's kits or whatever it is. But there we are. So there we are, USS Smith DD-17, item number CY101. Go get yourself one. I reckon it'll be a fantastic little build. It'll be a lot of fun for you know, for not a lot of money. So I'll see you all soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.